Broadcasting live from the land of 10,000 lakes, your official guide to West Central Minnesota. The food, the people, the entertainment, and of course, the latest real estate news. Welcome to the Kandiyohi County Real Estate Report. And now your host, a licensed realtor with over 20 years of local experience right here in Kandiyohi County, and author of the new book, The Ultimate Guide to Buying and Selling Homes in the Willmar area, Debbie Caylor.
Hi, it's Debbie Caylor, and welcome to the Kandiyohi County Real Estate Report. I'm here today with Alison Werder, and before we get talking to Alison, I was just going to give you a quick recap of the 2014 market. When I do these reports, I just report on Kandiyohi County, single-family residential homes, and only the West Central Association of Realtors. So as an association in Kandiyohi County, we sold 460 single-family homes. That's a lot of people moving, a lot of job transfers, a lot of people moving in and out. Average list price was $169,000. Average sales price was $161,000. Average days on the market was 166, so not bad. And going into 2015, we've got a really strong market going. Interest rates are still under 4. In fact, I just saw a 15-year come in at 3.25. Unbelievable. Great time to buy. Prices are still really reasonable too. So if you're out shopping, time to buy is now. Lots to pick from in Kandiyohi County. And now we're going to get on to Alison. And Alison has a clothing store right across the street from my office, which is trouble for me because I love to shop. In fact, what I'm wearing today, I got from Alison. As much of the clothes in my closet are from Alison's shop. So first of all, I want to talk to Alison, and she actually grew up in Kandiyohi County in this area. And so, Alison, what brought you back here to start your business?
Sure. I'd have to say that love brought me back to this area. I was married while still going to college, and just realized that even as much as I thought that I would want to move away and live in a big city or do maybe some traveling and other things, my heart really was back here in small town, rural Minnesota. So got married when I was still in college. Didn't actually end up getting a degree in anything. We started our family pretty young, and I was a stay-at-home mom for 6 years with the kids. And then I think I caught a bug of sorts. I don't know if it was as much of me wanting to explore being a business owner, or if it was me needing to get out of the house and interact with women and do something that really I could have a passion for. It probably honestly was a little bit of both. So that's what brought me back into this area, and that was the beginning of starting Allie J Boutique.
So what was your inspiration that you wanted to start a boutique?
So, like I said, I wanted to get out of the house a bit and be with women. So what I ended up doing was looking into multiple different opportunities that currently existed in order to sell product. So, for example, Mary Kay, or any other multi-level type businesses that are currently out there to jump into. But none of them really struck a chord with me, and so I had an idea to do something on my own. And for me, that was working with scarves. Selling scarves, teaching women how to tie and how to use and how to wear scarves. And it just kind of organically and naturally just grew. I started to get a following of ladies who would have home parties and seek me out at different expos and fundraisers and women's events. And there was a natural kind of a natural inquiry into business, and which I never thought that I would ever be a business owner or be interested or intrigued by owning my own business and being my own boss. But the seed was planted, that's for sure, and I just had to continually explore what I could do, where even selling scarves could take me.
So you have these darling scarves, and I own several of them. And of course, you have to have really cute outfits to put the scarves on.
Right?
So how did you decide what style of clothing that you were going to be selling in your store?
Oh, the style of clothing. I think at the start, it was really what I was interested in, what my friends were interested in, because they were my main market. And then the people that would come and see me and purchase scarves from me, what I would see them, what kind of outfits I would see them putting together. And as I have learned, who my prime market is, now that gal kind of the outfits that gal would wear kind of dictates where, what kinds of outfits I purchase. For me, myself, I like a really wide range of different styles, and on one day I could be dressed very classic, and then the very next day I might be a showstopper, and then the next day I might go a little bit vintage with my styling. But I do realize that there has to be a main focus within a shop. And so Allie J Boutique itself, what we found works really well for the customer base there is to be a mix of classic and contemporary styling together. And that's really what the clothing that started to come in that would complement the scarves that people were interested in purchasing.
What I've noticed when I've gone in there, it's no matter what you're looking for, you're going to find it. If you need something to just go knock around the town, you've got the perfect outfits for that. But yet I get a lot of my dress clothes for work there too that aren't overboard, so I can use them all over. And then, like you said, the vintage clothing. Where is it that you go to market, or how does that work?
Well, I do my own process for purchasing, and it's not like anybody that I've heard. As far as different boutique owners that I've come across or chatted with, I mostly honestly seek out directly at either suppliers or distributors for the product that we get in, and I do that because I like to be. To be honest, I really like to be in control. I like to know that when I have something in my mind that I need to get into the shop, that I can get it in there in the shortest amount of time, that I can spend, very little time seeking it out, and I can get it in there and I can get it into the hands of these gals that are already, thinking about that same particular style. So my process is very controlled and very fast as far as that goes. It works much better with my personality to be really on top of the trend right now as it's happening instead of planning out, planning for next summer when it's winter.
Right.
So I'm much more in the moment with the way I purchase.
What's impressive to me is that it's such a small town. New London is a small town. And you've gone from this tiny little, like, I'm going to make scarves or have scarves at home and do little in-home parties, to an actual shop, and then you've expanded. So tell me about your expansion.
Sure. Well, the expansion was actually another shop that opened just about a year ago, and it's called Wally and Mel's, and that one is a guys and gals shop. The main market, or the main goal for Wally and Mel's, is to provide a hometown feel, to provide a place where people can come in and feel a little bit of nostalgia, and kind of take their time walking around and find some of those more casual, a little bit retro, a little bit rock and roll style of clothing. And it's for guys and gals, which was a missing piece, I felt, on Main Street, to have a little something for the guys to come in and shop for. But the reality is Allie J Boutique and Wally and Mel's are very different as far as their feel, as far as their atmosphere. Their market is very different in that way. For me, in owning both of them, it works for me because I am kind of that person that appreciates a bunch of different types of style, and I can switch back and forth with my mind and kind of get into Wally and Mel's mode, and then I can go back into Allie J mode. So it works really well for me. But the expansion really just was a part of looking down this awesome main street that we have going on and seeing another need and another asset to Main Street, and it's proving to be so.
Oh, it is. It's always busy when I go in there.
Yeah.
It's always busy, and everybody's having so much fun. What I love is when you go in there, the personal attention that you give to people, and you actually help them pick out things that will flatter them. And I know a couple times maybe I've looked at something that probably wouldn't look so good on me, and rather than insulting me, you found a nice way to say, Debbie, maybe you should try on this. So you're really good at that. You have a great way of helping people not buy the wrong things.
Right, and that's the beauty of specialty shops, boutiques, because the customer service and the one-on-one attention and really being there for the customer, not just being a clerk waiting to check out somebody with their purchase. It's really, we really crave that really connection with the customer base, and it is something that we talk about amongst us, the stylists at Allie J Boutique and the team members at Wally and Mel's. We talk about it so often, and we get so jazzed. We have to share with each other whenever there's a customer that comes in and truly starts to trust us and let us help them and meet them at their need or their want, whatever they're looking for. So
another fun thing that you guys do that I've noticed you do, you're on some fashion shows. Want to tell us about that?
Sure. Yeah, events. We love planning for events. It really, amongst the team members and the stylists, it creates this excitement that we can really grab onto, and I think that our customer base catches on to that excitement as well throughout the planning stages and at the event itself. So for Allie J Boutique, we did a fashion show this past summer. We shoved all the product to the side. We put up an actual runway. We brought in 100 chairs. We really put on a fantastic show, and then we also were able to use that platform to teach people about the styles that we were showing. We focused a lot on sharing with them what our tips and tricks were for putting together outfits. So it was visually appealing, but it was also a great chance to teach people how they can grab onto these styles that pique their interest. So it was fantastic. It was so much fun. Yeah.
I heard that was a huge success. And don't you do some kind of private parties too over there?
Yep. So over the years, we've done quite a few where it's after hours, and we have a group of, we've done even 12 ladies or even up to 30 ladies right in the store. And depending on what they are looking for, we've done scarf tying with them. We've done create your own outfit. We've done a scavenger hunt throughout the shop for them to learn and pick out different styles of clothing and how to put it together. And those are really great. I love those smaller events because I feel like I can really chat with women and figure out what they're looking for, not only with fashion and the style of the clothing, but also what are they really looking for as far as how they can use this to be an encouragement. And that's really where the passion lies, especially for Allie J Boutique. It's the clothing and the fashion, love that. It's the art behind it, but the real passion is encouragement and helping women embrace who they are.
You can tell that you're passionate about what you do, and that's really neat. And I've noticed a lot of the local fundraisers and things, you have been there and donated things, and now you're active in the Queen's Committee, is that right?
Yeah.
For New London, want to tell us about that?
Sure. So the New London Royalty Program just started up again last year after a hiatus of 12 years, I think it was. And it's come back as a program of ambassadorship and leadership. And these gals are getting the chance to explore our great town here. Understand, the history and the different businesses that are active here, and it's just a really great chance for them to be an ambassador to neighboring towns in order to share with neighboring towns and people how awesome New London is. And they have really grabbed onto this. We've got fantastic gals that are our current royalty, and we've got a lot of interest coming in for future years because they're seeing how it's a program that can be really uplifting and a great asset for New London and for the celebration that we get to do each summer here. So.
Well, everything you do is so time consuming. How do you juggle that with your family? You've got little kids.
Amazing husband. Honestly, very understanding. You're right, I can be about 70 different places with my mind at one time, and I am a very passionate and driven person, and I can tend to get on this fast track. And to be honest, he's fantastic at pulling me back a little bit, helping me to figure out what is priority, where I should put my time and energy. And so that, he is by far the biggest support that I have in my life. But I also have been on this journey, especially in the past year, of learning how to invite people into my process, meaning the stylists at the shop, people who have different gifts than I have, and I want to tap into them in order for them to join the team and help me out instead of me trying to do everything. And I'm learning how to really tap into where my gifts and passions lie and let other people fill in the gaps so that I am not, trying to do all of these things that are not going to be fulfilling to me, and it's just not going to work in the end either. So that's how I do it.
It's really hard, though, when you own a business and you know how you want things done.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
To delegate things because you're letting go.
Well, it's your baby.
Yeah.
Your business is because it just represents so much hard work, energy, emotion, passion, all that. But I'm realizing that the more I do it, especially if it's not my gift, even though I can do something, if it's not my gift and I give over the reins to somebody else, what they can bring to the table as far as things I didn't even think of, unique ways to do things, more efficient ways to do things, then it becomes even easier to start letting go of more because you just realize how many awesome people are out there that you can work with. So.
Right.
But I hear you.
Yes, yeah, for sure. But so you have done this from the ground up. You started from scratch. What advice would you have for another woman that would want to start a business in New London?
Right. I'd say I'm just a very big know your passion and know your gifting type of a person because I've realized how much narrowing in on my passion and my gifting has done for me. So that would be the very first thing. Make sure it's something that you could see yourself, waking up every day and loving. And it is possible to do that. Doesn't mean it's going to be easy. Doesn't mean that you're not going to have days where you're totally frustrated and everything. But all in all, if you can really feel like you have something that you yourself are passionate about and proud of, and then just to basically just start, just do something. Because there's so much of this process that I would just take a step forward and then I would just have to learn as I went that you can't know everything before you start. It's just not even possible.
No,
you can't.
Absolutely not.
But I think that's where a lot of people get hung up. They think they need this or need that or need to learn this or do this or be this person. Or if you've got the passion for something and you've got a willingness to learn and to continually learn all the time, you can really make something work and make it be something valuable in your life, even here, like on Main Street.
In this teeny tiny town.
Yep.
I think what most people don't think about is when you wake up in the morning, if you're dreading the day already before you even get out of bed, you need to do something different because you are the only one that's in charge of your life. So
exactly.
It's a leap of faith. You don't know if it's going to work out or not, but honestly, do you want to stay in the rut that you're in? And I think that's...
Yep.
You had a vision, and it was wonderful, and it's working out great, and I'm so happy you're here. My checkbook isn't, but do you have any events coming up we should know about?
Events coming up. We are doing at Wally and Mel's, we have, it's not necessarily an event to attend, but we have a project going right now on bohemian artistry, and we're just focusing on putting out the specific style of Wally and Mel's with the retro and the bohemian, which is a very big trend going on right now. And so we're putting a lot of resources towards photography and putting out this product where it's beautiful pictures and tips and tricks on how to gain this, this trend that's coming out right now. And then we are looking forward to, in the spring, we would love to do another fashion show at LIJ Boutique, taking, some of the fashions of the winter and shedding some of the layers and looking forward to summer. So I think that people have already been asking for another fashion show. Okay. So we're kind of, gathering some resources and figuring out just how we'd like to put that forward. And to be honest, how to handle all the ladies that we think are going to want to come and see it.
Oh, for sure.
So, yeah.
So for spring coming up, what is the hottest fashion going to be? What are the colors?
Okay, so for spring coming up, Claret is the Claret. That's the color, the Pantone color of the year. And it's more of like a mauve-y red. It's kind of like a dustier. It would be really pretty, like in a lipstick even. It'd be great. So that is going to be, the color is going to be a little bit softer. And then as far as when we get into the brightness of summer, tangerine is going to be a fantastic color that we're going to use. You're going to see still a lot of incorporation of bright, bold colors, lace, a little bit of the Aztec prints coming out for that. And I think people are going to this year even take it more and be a little bit more edgy with how they mix their prints. Print mixing is really big. It's almost like if you don't mix your prints, you don't quite, know what you're doing with fashion, which it seems backwards because you think you shouldn't mix your prints, but that's kind of one of those fashion forward things to do. So yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff coming up. It's kind of like a free-for-all, and I think that's great because that leaves a lot of room for people to really just use fashion as their own expression.
Tell me skinny jeans are out.
No, definitely not.
Man, whoever said that they were in the first place, I don't like that person. I hate them.
Really?
I hate them.
Oh.
So and pants drive me nuts. Sometimes it's the big legs, and then it's small, and then so.
Well, I think this past year there's been kind of a whatever works for your shape, and I like that. Because then it can be driven by a woman's preferences in her shape instead of what the trend is, because it's not that any style of pant was necessarily out. But if skinny jeans aren't your thing, you don't have to do skinny jeans. That's all. You don't have to do them.
I wore them today. And I was hoping I'd come in here and you'd laugh and say, take those off. They aren't in anymore because they take 10 minutes to put on every morning. They're awful. Shoot.
Yeah, they're a little work. It's okay.
But more things than that are in.
Yes.
And then the length fluctuates all the time. So what have we got for length this year?
That's the point. It fluctuates. You can rock, you can roll, you can wear them long. I know for some people, and this is why people come in to ask us, just like you're doing, people come in and ask us. And we have to really work with them because the reality is when there isn't a particular trend or a particular way for somebody to go as it has been in the past, they can become confused and they're not quite sure what to do. That's why we work with them. How do you feel when we roll up your pant leg? How do you feel when we don't? And you can really get that one-on-one time for them to figure out what they are really comfortable in. So I'm loving this time right now. I think it's fantastic. I understand that it can be a bit confusing, and if anything goes for the person that really wants to know what is the style, it can be a little bit confusing, but that's what you can do. You can come in and chat with us and try and figure out for yourself, what is the style that suits you the best.
Okay. And tops, shorter, longer?
Longer still.
Okay.
Longer still, tunic tops and lace and that kind of a thing is still going to be in. For our market, I should clarify that. Yes, there are going to be these sets right now with a high-waisted pant and then the crop top for the younger gals, but You probably won't see any of that going on. In fact, you won't see any of that going on in Alley J or Wally and Mel's, just because our market isn't, geared towards the younger crowd in that way. And it's an interesting balance. Each season that comes up, when we see the trends that are coming out, we do have to pick and choose which ones fall in line with the vision that we have, for Alley J Boutique. And if it doesn't fall in line with the vision, even if it would be a good seller, we're not going to grab it, because we want, our customer base to know what they can expect when they come in the store, and how we can best serve them with those styles and create less confusion with what we're going to be getting in. So longer for us. Yeah.
Boots still going to be in.
Oh yeah, boots.
Big.
Boots, and that's another thing where there's all different heights and styles of boots and booties and shooties. And
What's a shootie?
A shootie is a mixture between a bootie and a shoe.
Explain that.
So it goes over the foot, but it hits right about ankle. So currently what I'm wearing right now is a shootie.
Oh, that's really cute.
Yeah, so it hits directly at the ankle, just another option.
See, some people don't realize that you also sell shoes over there.
Yeah.
It's not just clothes, it's
Right.
shoes and jewelry.
Yes.
And so, last fashion question.
Okay, yeah.
Jewelry. Sometimes
Yes.
it's really sleek and tiny, and sometimes it's big and chunky.
Yep.
So what are we looking at?
You're going to see a lot more still of the big and chunky. The statement pieces, the LAJ, it'll be the bling, and up at Wally and Mel's, you're going to see a lot more funky colors and some of the Aztec prints in the jewelry. And what we suggest that people do if they want to grab a little bit of that is to get a piece and keep the rest of the outfit simple, just to try it out, to see if it's you, to see if it fits your personality with the big boldness. And we've been kind of, we've been pleased with how people come back and say, yep, you're right, I can do the bold as long as I do this or that, but it's really dependent on the person themselves and what they're going to grab. So that's why we love when gals come into the store and they ask us questions and interact and, begin to trust that we really have their desire on the top of our list, and how they want to use fashion to be an expression for themselves. So.
You know what else I think is so much fun when I come in your store is that old-fashioned candy.
Yeah, up at Wally and Mel's.
I grew up in New London Spicer,
Yep.
and I used to love to go into it was the dime store way back then.
Yes.
And you could get the Chicka Sticks and the
Yep.
Lickamaid, is it? And the Turkish taffy, all these. And what are those gums? Like clove and
gum.
blackjack.
Yeah.
You can still get those at your store. What made you
Well,
get into that?
I mean, it goes without saying that obviously that is not our highest market.
Right.
But exactly what you're saying, that's why we have it in there. It creates the ambiance. It creates a little bit of nostalgia. It brings you back. Looking at that piece of candy can bring you back to riding your bike down to the corner store and spending your change for the week and getting just what you want. And that's honestly the purpose of it. And it's good stuff too, But up at Wally and Mel's, when I tell you about the hometown feel and the nostalgia and everything, that's all part of it.
The decor is incredible. I saw in there a lunchbox that I had the exact same one when I was in 4th grade.
Nice.
You see all these things. I hate to
Yes.
date myself, but some of that stuff I actually had,
great.
and I love walking through there just to look at the stuff.
Yep, and that's what I love too. It's the best when you see somebody just pausing and looking around, and they look up and they look down, and they spend a good half an hour just walking through the shop, and it's just nice to have some place to do that. To have some place where you can go in, you can feel that warmth of thinking about past memories while getting great customer service and yeah, so good. I'm glad you got it. You got the intent.
But you see what happens with that is I go in and I see all that, and then I feel like I'm at home. So then I feel like this is my closet, and then I just load up on everything that that I think that should be in my closet.
Yeah, people do that. They tend to do that. They make themselves at home too there. It's so interesting. They just come in and take a load off for a little while.
So before I let you go, do you want to just tell us what your business hours are?
Sure. So Alley J Boutique and Wally and Mel's are both open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 5:30. So that's our weekly hours, and you can find us on Facebook. You can look us up on our websites, allijboutique.com, wallyandmels.com, and we do a lot with putting out our own particular style out on social media, so you can find us there, and you can grab a little bit more of what we're talking about today.
That is wonderful. Thank you so much. And for anyone that hasn't checked out Allie J's shop right on Main Street in New London, check it out. There's a lot to see, and again, great customer service. That's it. Thank you so much for being here today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It was fun.